The man argues that the gun should be suppressed at trial. Will he prevail? A man was taken to a police station for questioning after his girlfriend disappeared. The man was not given Miranda warnings. After a few minutes of questioning by a police officer, the man confessed to murdering his girlfriend and told the police officer that he threw the gun that he used to shoot his girlfriend in a swamp, which was located several miles from the city. After an intensive search of the swamp over a period of several weeks, the police found the gun. The man is charged with first-degree murder. The prosecutor plans to use the gun as evidence against the man at trial. The man argues that the gun should be suppressed at trial. Will he prevail? I'm thinking fruit of the poisonous tree doctrine. The evidence could be inadmissible in court if it was obtained illegally. I'm also thinking of the exceptions. In this case, the evidence won't be excluded if it was discovered from a source independent of that illegal activity. If it was going to be discovered anyway, so it was inevitable. Or if it was discovered through a volunteered statement from the suspect, and even though that statement can be excluded, the evidence found from that statement doesn't have to be excluded. A says yes because the man was not given Miranda warnings. Now that's true, and honestly, I was looking for an answer that talks about Miranda. But I'm also remembering that the statement can be excluded, so that would be confession. But what they find due to that confession doesn't have to be excluded. He says yes because the interrogation violated the man's due process rights. B, I'm not seeing a due process violation in these facts. C says no because the exclusionary rule will not serve to exclude the gun from evidence. That's what we're talking about here when we're thinking about the fruit of the poisonous tree and the exclusionary rule. There are some exceptions there where whatever the cops find due to that volunteered confession, that doesn't have to be excluded from evidence. It's tough because in this scenario, it sounds like his verbal confession would be excluded, but the gun that they find would not be excluded. So he's not off the hook. D says no, pursuant to the inevitable discovery exception to the exclusionary rule. That is an exception to the exclusionary rule, but with these facts, I don't see very clearly that they would have inevitably discovered it because it says the swamp was located several miles from the city. So there is an exception, but it's not that exception. It looks like the answer here is going to be C because they don't have to exclude that gun from evidence. The answer is C.